Hello students. So I hope you all are staying safe and well. So in today's lecture we will discuss the implementation of a frame using an anonymous inner class. So in the previous lectures we had discussed what is an anonymous inner class, and we have seen that this anonymous inner class is used in a graphical user interface. Okay, so we will just see the implementation of this anonymous inner class in this graphical user interface. So in this question I have implemented a frame with the help of JFrame, and in this the basic scenario is that it will take an input, the first name and the last name, and it will just concatenate the two names into a full name. So what I have done in this particular program, I have just created a class and extends a JFrame, and implements the action listener for the event handling purpose. So these are the important terms that you might have practiced in your earlier classes, that we create a J label for the labeling of this name, text field for just putting the names, entering the name in the input format, button for concatenating in this particular example for concatenating task. So this button is useful for, it is the source for the event. So the event will be occurred when we just press this button. So this is the source for the event. Here a constructor is created, and here I just want to tell you this, the important concept is, in this particular scenario, in this statement b1 dot add action listener, what we are doing, we are just registering our component. So in this we are just passing the current object as an argument. This is the current object of a class that we are using. But now what I want this to be done with the help of the action listener, with the help of action listener. So what I will do, I'll just remove this particular thing. I don't want to implement this action listener. I just remove this particular thing, and in spite of writing this here, I'll just create new action, and as I typed action, so here you can see it's written action listener anonymous inner type. So I have told you in the previous lecture that this anonymous inner class can be passed as an argument also in the method. So now we are passing this as this anonymous class as an argument. So I'll just click in this, and you can see automatically it has created a method that is void action performed action event e. So this method has been automatically created. So this is the abstract method that is inside this action listener. So now it is our responsibility to implement this method. So an anonymous inner class has been created here. There is no name of this class. So this b1 will receive the object that this particular anonymous class will return. So now what we'll do, we'll just paste this particular lines. So these lines I'll just paste it here, because this is our code, and I just remove this particular thing. So now what is this, we have just overridden the action performed method inside inside our anonymous class. And this is like a statement. So a complete statement, this is a block. This is the inner class. This is an anonymous inner class has been created. This is an anonymous inner class. So the name of this anonymous inner class, we don't know what is the name of this anonymous inner class, because it is anonymous as its name. So it will return some object that will be referenced by that will be returned to this particular component of b1 where the event has been generated. So let's try to run this and see what is the output. So in spite of the current object, now we have passed an argument. Okay, we have passed an argument of type anonymous inner class. Okay, so here I just write, okay, Alex, and last name is, for example, Trump. Okay, so we concatenate and the answer is Alex Trump. Okay, so this example is working fine. So this is the concept that how we use the anonymous inner class in the graphical user interface type of problems. Thank you.